This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by GoDaddy.com. Man up and get your $4.95.com by entering code MMA Nuts. Defense Soap. Offense wins matches. Defense keeps you on the mat. Hey fans, this is MMA Nuts, episode 130.
130.
My name is Ingo Weigold.
I'm Matt Griffith. This is the MMA show by MMA fans for MMA fans, where we walk the line between serious and ridiculous.
Cheers to you. Happy Hanukkah, bitches.
Kwanzaa. What are you drinking over there? That dirty, filthy fucking
good point.
beer.
I just posted it on Facebook. This is Bell's Winter Ale. Delicious. Never had it before. I bought it on a whim. I'm going to go get more. It's only limited release. So if you're in the, let me see, limited release. I think you can probably only get this if you're like in the Midwest area. Because I've noticed these small microbrews do this bullshit. Like when I was just on my trip, I had Youngling. It was from Pennsylvania. It's some brown ale.
Is that Transylvania?
Sort of. It was really good. I go to Benny's and I'm like, hey, I want to buy a 6-pack of this stuff. He's like, what? You can't get that shit here. Like,
Why
what are you
not?
talking about? It's from Pennsylvania. What are we living in, like 1925?
Yes.
Like, what is the Prohibition era? You can't get certain. Just send the shit to Chicago. We'll drink the hell out of it. Anyways, winter ale. And of course, you are rocking the.
What else do I drink? Just Bards. Standard Bards.
Also known as unicorn piss.
Sometimes it's frothy. Sometimes it's not. It's always delicious. The
juice of 27 virgins.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Whatever that means.
Or urine. Whatever. You ever drink your own urine?
No.
Me neither. I'm still debating it, though. Well, I think we talked about this about a year ago. I'm going to try it one day. Okay. One day. But I want it cold.
I want
it on the rocks.
No, I think it's better warm.
Wait,
I'm gonna save it for when it's absolutely necessary, so that if the experience is bad, at least I only have to do it that one time. If it's bad and then I need to do it, I don't want to not do it because I already know it's horrible.
I think you're afraid it's going to taste delicious.
Oh, yeah. Just be pissing in a glass constantly.
Like, fuck, this is good. This is what the Machinas have been talking about.
So
I'm missing out. We'll be doing this and fucking kale shakes, whatever. Doesn't matter. That and defense soap.
Okay.
It's all good.
I guess.
So here's a question for you.
Yes.
Seeing how our box gets hammered on a daily basis, is Pakistan the mecca of mixed martial arts equipment makers?
They could be, because apparently they want to sell us equipment every single day. Like you said.
Ridiculous.
They make a lot of stuff, but MMA gear seems to be at the top of the list.
Or is it just the same company just changing?
No.
Did you see? I was going to mention that too. Did you see that one email that got sent to us, and then like 3 minutes later was another person from a different company, but it was the same email?
No, I didn't catch that.
Oh, you got to look back at that.
Okay.
Side note, sorry.
They probably just cut and paste.
They did. They're like, it was a different company.
Oh,
weird.
You Pakistani bitches, stop sending us emails. We're not buying
MMA
gear.
I'm going to block that whole country.
Hundreds of emails every single week. We don't want to buy MMA gear. We are a video podcast, not a manufacturer.
Are you sure you don't want to manufacture, my friend?
No.
You are nuts. My gear. We sell many, many things.
Yeah. Send me versions.
Women.
I'll buy versions, okay? Not MMA gear.
Okay. That's all him.
I need someone to clean my house. That's terrible.
Actually, keep going. I'm not going to stop it today.
Terrible.
Just keep running on that path.
I'm not putting the two together. I don't think virgins necessarily only clean houses. I'm just.
No, they're definitely not virgins. Those chicks like to fuck.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I think they like
the ones
to fuck.
who like to clean houses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough.
What are they called? Are those nannies that clean houses?
No, they watch nannies watch kids.
Oh, I'm a little off in my nomenclature.
Yes. But apparently, some nannies, they have au pairs, which are live-in nannies. That's a British thing.
Au pairs?
Yeah.
Okay. Today I learned something.
Mm-hmm. It's a British thing. I think it's AUPAI.
Hey, speaking of British things, so I'm watching the TUF show, and the UK versus Australia.
The smashes?
Yeah, it's fucking awesome, by the way. And one of the fighters is talking. I have a little interview to play of his. and I couldn't quite understand what he was saying. But why don't you take a listen to this and tell me what you think?
Okay. I'm listening.
For me, this is my way in. This is it. 22. I could really go for it now. I could make a mark at 22 and that's it. Be here for life. People don't expect anything of me, so I'm just going to go for it. I'm tough. I can take a dig. I can give a dig. I just love fighting. I think I'd be a hard fight for anyone.
Did you hear that?
I heard that part, but what the fuck is he saying?
What I heard was
I can take a dick, I can give a dick.
right,
But I think that's not what he meant.
but isn't that what he said?
Maybe
I could take a dick and I can give a dick.
I think he meant dig. There's maybe some British slang term. All you UK fans who follow our show, please try to clarify that, because I'm not sure what the fuck that means.
I don't know. It sounded like he could take a dick and he could give a dick. That guy's hardcore. He really wants to be in the UFC and go. I'm just saying.
It's not that kind of party, sir. You'll be running around with your dick
I don't
out.
know. That guy wears like a little hat. It wasn't that guy, but it was a different guy.
Is it the weird-looking guy that
No.
looks like Clockwork Orange kind of
No.
guy? The tall one?
And there was some term like the Australians were calling the UK fighters when they kept calling them in the fight. Were they calling them parms or something? I just want to beat some parm ass. Or there's another term in there.
There's a lot of bloody mess between those two countries.
Well, I think that was the best way to do it, is country versus country, because then that's a true team atmosphere, and you take a national
U.S. versus Afghanistan, the Ultimate Fighter, some shit.
Sure.
Israeli
Is
versus
Afghanistan even ranked?
I don't know. You can have like the Middle East Ultimate Fighter. Fucking bloody wars fighting.
Oh, it's a holy war now.
Guys
fucking
jihad.
jihad.
With rocket launchers.
Great.
Ready to blow up the octagon if the wrong guy wins.
See, you just got our podcast flag.
For what?
Jihad.
Jihad. It's a holy war.
You can't say that.
Why not?
Terrorist. Might as well just go to blow up explosives.
Yeah, blow up.
Blow jobs.
explosives.
Yeah, job.
Blow up the White House.
Well, that's nothing. I like to paint. I eat tacos.
I'm just saying, that'd be cool.
I don't know what he said. I gotta just walk away.
No.
To cut that whole part out.
Not the White House part. I'm talking about like the holy war. I don't know what I'm saying.
You're talking about your house
I'm
is
just gonna shut
white,
up.
and you might like to
I'm gonna shut up now because I'm just taking my
cook
whole tea
outside and cigars.
No, because didn't Dana White say that this season of the Ultimate Fighter that no one saw except the people who saw it online was one of the craziest and also one of the scariest, because those two countries were so like out of control.
Passionate. Hell yeah.
Yeah, which is cool. So I don't know. I like the fact it's on YouTube. I think they should do that more.
It's a little. That's what I say. It goes back to that underground feeling of watching the Facebook fights. Right? You're on your computer, like, this is
cool.
a weird feeling. I'm watching something and my pants are on right now.
As opposed to your pants being off?
Yeah, because if I'm watching video, my pants should be off.
Oh, I see.
From my computer.
Okay.
Just saying.
Whatever you're watching on the
Just
computer.
saying.
Okay. It's all good.
But I'm not saying. I don't know
not
what
saying.
you're talking about.
It's a weird line of commenting. You're talking about dicks and pants off and YouTubing.
Jihading.
Jihading.
It should be a sport. Let's go jihad. This show is so gonna get. I'm gonna switch to water right now. We're being sponsored by Nestle Pure Life, apparently.
No, don't say that. They're gonna sue us. Right after the jihad.
Oh, we almost spit that all over your expensive camera. We could have been down $1,000
They're
right
sue
there.
everybody. No.
Holy fuck.
We are not sponsored by Nestle.
Why not?
Because
Fuck them,
they're gonna
man.
sue the
Toll
shit
House
out of
cookie
us after all
bitches.
that. Anyways,
They make cookies, right?
They
the little
do.
Keebler elves.
I think. Aren't those guys terrorists?
Well, they live in a tree. It might as well be a cave for all I know.
Bow and arrow rocket launcher.
We're going bye-bye. This show is starting at a breakneck pace. I don't know if we can keep the intensity up for 5 more rounds.
Speaking of rocket launchers,
Go.
okay. What do you think about this Ronda Rousey Carmouche / could have been Cyborg debacle that they posted on the UFC website?
The UFC Brazil, yeah, they posted it.
Yeah.
I think the fight was probably 50% booked.
Yeah.
And they probably shot their load a little early.
Oops.
And they had to backtrack.
Yeah.
And I don't think that that's necessarily what you want to put as your headlining fight. I think the Cyborg fight sells more.
Yeah.
But you got to start somewhere, so.
Well, Rousey's going to have to work overtime to try to sell this, because I think no one no one knows women's MMA in general from the general public.
Right.
But people know Ronda Rousey, and people probably know some Cyborg, and they can look this shit up on Google. The Carmouche thing, I don't know. It's great for women's MMA, but at the same time, I don't think it draws as much of attention. So Rousey's gonna have to go like Chaelson and squared to try to sell this thing. So I'm looking for her to go like totally bananas, just be like crazy before the fight happens to try to sell the shit out of this
She has to, otherwise no one's gonna see that. It's a dangerous fight. Like I would have.
Is that what it is? 157? 150.
That sounds right. 157. Yeah. It's dangerous to put an unknown on the headlining a pay-per-view. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if she can sell it on her own.
She probably can. But it all depends. They need a solid co-main event. We need something serious. Like, I don't know. I think you need a heavyweight fight at co-main event.
Brock Lesnar, Frank Mir, 3. Tim Sylvia versus Andre Arlovsky,
7.
5.
No.
We're going to bring Bass Rutten out of fucking retirement.
Dude, what about Josh Barnett, who's rumored to be coming over to the UFC?
I don't know. I thought there was still beef with him and Dana.
I think it's all good, man. It's all good. I think they'd bring over Barnett to fight somebody, something like. They need to put like
I don't know. I'm not jazzed up to see that though.
I like Barnett. He's the man.
He's all right, but it's not like that's not a fight where I got. Depending upon who he fights, I guess.
Oh, I got some shit in my eye. Got some jizz in my eye. Hold on.
Oh, great.
It's all good.
Bring the show to a crashing halt.
It's all good. Keep going. No, anyways, we both agree.
Warrior, come out and play.
Okay, so what else is going on? Anything? Oh, my eye.
Your eye.
My eye.
Is you blind over there?
It's all good.
Beating off too much. Shooting in his eye.
Aim it the other
just
way.
To see what it feels like, Okay. Sometimes you got to turn the tables on yourself.
Sure.
All right, we're moving right along. Let's get into this fucking UFC on Fox 5.
Okay.
What do you say?
I say, let's do it.
All right.
You got the...
Let's get some scores first.
No, I don't want to. I did.
Come on, Ingo. You know you want
it.
All right. I was 8-3 in this one.
Yeah,
Ingo was 5-6, and the Magic 8 Ball was 7-4. So overall, I'm 163 and 104. Ingo is 139 and 128, and the Magic 8 Ball is 143.
Still over 500.
And 124.
Right, I'm gonna take the fucker down. Dude,
You're only
I got
down by
nothing
4.
right on the main card. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Who would have thunk?
I know.
All these legends got their ass beat.
Well, it's the changing of the guard. I think
guess,
that's the trend of late.
Well, one thing I noticed, and I'm glad you brought that up. Every legend in their weight class looked tiny compared to the guys they were fighting. And I think that just goes to show that guys are doing better weight cuts. They're bigger, they're stronger, they're faster. Yeah. The old guard cannot possibly compete unless you're technically so advanced. There's no way you can compete.
Well, they may also be operating under that old way of training and may not know the proper way to cut weight, where these new guys, it's down to a fucking science, right? You can go into a bathtub and like squeeze out 50 pounds or however that shit works. I don't know. Nice, I should try drink a pineapple or juice or something, but
yeah,
it's crazy shit. It's next level.
It is. And unfortunately, I think it's only going to get worse.
Yes.
Because you just keep seeing this. I mean, obviously BJ should be fighting at 55, but I don't think Shogun can make 185. Maybe.
I don't know if that's even a good move for him at his age in his career. Usually, like you see these guys and then I would advise them to move up, but Shogun seems 205 is probably the right weight class.
Good weight class.
Moves down to 185, speed's gonna kill him.
Yeah, probably. Speed kills.
It does.
So,
always.
Should we do bonuses?
Yeah.
Can I give you?
All right. Lay some bonuses down.
65 grand for Fight of the Night. Scott Jorgensen versus John Albert. Also, knockout of the night, Yves Edwards over Jeremy Stevens. And submission of the night, Scott Jorgensen again, who seems to have gone the route of Michael Jackson and fixed his skin problem. Which good for him.
Yeah, I noticed it too. I was like, how did that work?
It was weird. I was like, whoa, is that him? I'm like, yeah, it is. So apparently he found a cure for that, which I guess it's not a big deal because I don't have this problem, but I would imagine for a guy who spends his living with his shirt off probably feels weird.
Yeah.
So
well, tattoos, maybe it's all the ink.
That and I think like you can bleach. I think like
is that like anal bleaching, like the porn stars?
I don't know. Is that what they do?
It's what I've heard. I can't confirm.
Anal bleaching is the hot thing to do now.
Maybe in 2011. I think it's passé.
Sounds
now.
painful. Burning your asshole with bleach?
Can't be good. Can't be good.
Probably not.
So, I want to talk about this knockout of the night shenanigans.
Okay.
Because...
Carry on, my wayward son.
Thank you. And then they should just tear into fucking chorus. I thought that Crookshank got robbed because I think he did. Talk about the Crookshank Martinez fight. That was a fucking war. That first round, and some of you on Facebook had mentioned it could have been fucking round of the year because the guys went to war and it was mostly Crookshank teeing off on Martinez. So he's working body in the first round, and then the second round decides to go up high with the head kick and fucking hits it so flush, drops him, and then just walks off.
See ya.
Yep. I thought that was KO of the night, but
okay.
Well, I think it was a makeup for Eve Edwards too, because his first fight with Jeremy Stevens got pushed back a month or two. So
yeah,
gotta help him out a little bit, man.
Give him some cash, man.
$5,000, right?
Hey, I'll take it.
Cash money.
That's true.
I gotta drink a drink.
Okay, you drink a drink. I'm gonna talk about one thing, which is Matt Brown versus Mike Swick. We didn't talk about this leading up, and we probably should have because it was pretty exciting, I thought. First round was a little bit tricky. Swick didn't look himself. I don't know. He got caught in a couple submissions there and was able. There was some high-level defensive jiu-jitsu going on.
There was some high-level survival going on.
Yeah, and he's quite flexible because I've tried that triangle escape where
you locked his legs up.
It's not so easy as he made it look, and you know it's a lot of pressure on the neck, and also like you have to be pretty flexible to be able to do that shit. But unfortunately, you know, Brown capitalizes. Swick makes the error, gets a knockout.
Brown went berserker. If you
that
saw that with the mouth open,
nasty.
He's like, ah!
The elbow, man.
No.
Brutal elbow. So, which is kind of reminding me of the elbow like I'm on The Ultimate Fighter this week. Did you see that?
The regular one or the smashes?
No, the regular one.
I don't watch it.
Yeah, you got that.
I give up.
The Canadian Mike something. Fucking Mike Ricci. Holy shit. He fucking elbowed the shit out of this guy. Just like in the clinch, just like, boom! Knocked him out. Cold. I mean, cold. The guy, was the guy Neil Magny from here. He didn't even know where he was. He was down on the ground for like 10 seconds. And then after everybody's around him, he stands up and he grabs Mazzagatti and again presses him against the cage. And he's ready to take him down. And everyone's like, whoa, 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 whoa. It's all good. So it reminded me of that. That was a good one. You guys should watch that. But what do you think? You know, Matt Brown is one. He's like, dude, this guy. He's like hot. He's cold.
Well,
he's
now
hot,
he's
cold.
back on the hot run right now.
And I do like him. I think he's got a great jiu-jitsu. He's a pretty powerful striker.
He won me money. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, good. Money's good.
Take him and off pick.
Yeah. So, what do you think? What do you think's gonna happen? I mean, Swick looked really emaciated.
Yeah, he didn't look himself. I don't know if there was something wrong, but
skinny. I know he's got issues.
Oh no!
Mike down.
That's all good. It's all good in the hood.
Yeah, it's all good.
Not to worry, kids.
He's back.
Professional. Put it back on like it didn't even fall off.
Slip.
That's right. So they'll fight some other people's.
Okay. They will. Very good.
We'll fight on.
Mike Swick versus BJ Penn.
Sure. Make it all happen, you go.
Okay.
If you have next fighters, you can throw them out there. I have nothing for you.
I don't.
I have nothing to contribute, sir.
Well, I don't. I mean, Brown. I'd like to see him step up and fight one of the top 7, 8 guys. I don't know. Give him a Josh Koscheck or something like that.
Okay.
See what happens.
Koscheck is available. Make it happen.
See what happens. You know.
Done.
I don't know. He wasn't he WEC champ or some shit at some point.
I got that monitor. Watch out.
Uh-oh.
It'll all work out.
Did Matt Brown find a WEC? Am I crazy? I can't
go.
remember.
You're asking me questions I don't have answers for.
I can't remember. Damn it.
That's like a couple of years ago.
It was. It's like Jesus Christ.
If I could, I'm gonna say no. He never fought in a WEC.
He probably didn't. I'm just fucking nuts.
Because I can remember Matt Brown being.
No, he was in the UFC forever. I'm thinking my brain's fucked. Sorry.
You're thinking of Mike Brown.
Yeah.
See, I'll save you. I'll save us both.
All
right, let's move right along. Get out of this.
What's next?
No, I want to take a step back because I want to talk about the UFC broadcast in general.
Oh.
Because here we go from watching the prelims on one of the channels. Maybe it was FX.
Yep.
You get the standard Dana White and Joe Rogan hyping the fight up, getting you ready, getting you pumped up. You hear the who in the background, eyes wide open. You know, I'm like dialed in. Then all of a sudden you throw it over to fucking Kurt Menefee, and he's calling it like it's a fucking Sunday afternoon. All right, well, we got some UFC fights tonight. You guys ready? We got Benson Henderson. He's ready to defend his title at 155. And here in the studio, I've got Randy Couture and Brian Stan. He's a former champion and an aspiring champion and a Marine, former Marine. It's like, wow, you are totally killing my UFC buzz. I was jacked. Now I gotta sit through 17 minutes of this fucking bullshit and commercials to get to the first fucking
I didn't
fight.
watch it. I went fast forward through all the bullshit.
Well, I wanted to get the full flavor of a Pringle, so I bit right in, or corn nuts, corn to the core.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. I think they gotta get somebody better. I think part of the reason this happens is because the Fox bigwigs or whoever these fucking guys are probably thinking that people know that guy, so they're gonna put him out front so that those who are unsure about this whole UFC thing, they see this guy and are like, oh, it's okay. It's all right.
Oh, it's the same thing, I guess, then with the music, too, and the robots. Like,
right.
Let's use all this familiar shit and try to shoot it in here. Fucking, you're trying to put a square peg through a round hole. It doesn't work. You need someone with some
apparently, they had one of the highest ratings for UFC on Fox so far. It was like a 2.8 they drew. I just was reading this before we started.
Well, they should, because this was the best fucking card they've put together yet, and it fucking actually delivered. I still think the prelims were better, but
this could have been a pay-per-view easily.
Oh, fuck yeah.
By one of the better pay-per-views ever, probably. I mean, no, hands down. It's an amazing, amazing card to put on free TV. I hope they continue with this trend.
Yes. And when they do this, though, the thing they need to do, don't be afraid of someone swearing, because if someone says fuck or dick or whatever, and you cut the audio off, you're fucking the broadcast up. And then
can we steal that for the show?
Yeah. And when
just so you can, every time I flip off the camera.
Oh, I'm gonna cut away to like tits every time you flick off the camera. Oh, tit, tit. Nah, I won't do that. But I might. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
But the same thing in the Ben Henderson and Nate Diaz fight, where every time they fucking cut away to the octagon, we come to find out that Nate Diaz is flicking everybody off in the world, and Ingo's got a hole in his lip. Don't worry about it.
I'm good. No worries.
We're always good for that.
I'll smell great for the police that pulls me over on my way home. Like,
it's all good.
Like my ode to beer.
It'll all work out.
I've not been drinking, sir.
I'm sure you won't get arrested if you offer up a
blowjob. Okay. Jesus.
Yeah, it's all good. You'll be safe. Okay. It's all good. So, the point is, Fox, don't be afraid. Don't be a bitch. Just air that shit. It totally fucked the flow up, and especially during the fight. How the fuck do you cut away? If you're watching a fucking football game and one team is ready to score, are you gonna fucking cut away because some guys on the sidelines
they do.
Oh, middle finger, so you missed the whole fucking play. Fuck you. You don't do that shit during a fight. That really pisses me off.
I think
both the audio and the fucking visual.
Some kind of rule.
I don't give a fuck. Man up. Fuck the FCC.
But if you can Google it, and I don't know if Matt will find it or what, if he.
I don't know if I can post that, so some people are going to have to search that because that's a fight image.
Oh, sorry. So just Google it. You can find Nick Diaz flipping him off.
Explain.
One of the coolest photos, probably. It's like, I think he's trying to rival his brother.
They were in a leg scissor.
The little toe hold position, and Diaz is like, fuck you.
And that would have been awesome to see. I would have totally enjoyed that, but no. I got robbed of that moment.
Yeah, he was pissed because Henderson was playing his bullshit.
Yeah.
The Diaz brothers always don't like it when their opponents don't do what they're supposed to do.
Maybe the Diaz brothers just need to be on pay-per-view because that's shit I want to see.
Of course. It's classic.
And someone on Facebook, I think it was Andrew M, brought up the point. I think he might have asked the question too. He said, why is it cool when the Diaz brothers do some shit like that, but when Rory MacDonald does some showboating, it's disrespectful?
Because the 209, baby.
Because you're expected if you're from the 209 to do that?
No, I think that people feel like they're genuinely fucking assholes on purpose, whereas a Rory MacDonald's maybe comes off as like a dick instead of just. I think there's a difference between an asshole and a dick. You know what I mean?
I think there is. I think that may be quote of the year right there, and understatement of the year.
Yes, I'm just saying, like, you know, there's like a dick move and then an asshole move, and I think being an asshole is like acceptable, but a dick is not. Does that make sense?
Totally.
I don't know.
I'm looking at it from an anatomy
It's a good
standpoint,
segue because
so
I want to
transitioning.
say, of course, I'm a huge BJ Penn fan. One thing that I didn't like during the fight was Rory getting all fucking Muhammad Ali-ish and whatever. Listen, man, you're way bigger than the guy. You obviously beat him to shit. If you're so fucking hot, how come you can't finish him? That's my question.
You know what he said? He said it was not showboating.
Oh,
it was
was
a
it?
technique.
Oh, really? What kind of technique is that?
Hey, he's just trying to mix it
Ballroom
up a
dancing?
little bit. He's
Okay.
just mixing it
Mixing
up
up?
a little bit.
Is he not tired enough from the fight? Maybe he
Hey,
should
if
work a little
BJ was
harder.
tough enough, he should have done something about it.
I'm all for that. I'm just saying.
I know.
You
I
should,
agree
you
with
should
I'm
not
just pushing.
showboat unless you're going to finish. You should have.
Well, I think he was hesitant because you look at the Carlos Condit fight where he fucking tried to finish it for 2 rounds, and in the 3rd round he got crazy and he got finished himself.
True.
So I think he's got that in the back of his mind, like, fuck, I want to finish, but,
BJ
I gotta
was
be
done.
cautious. Maybe
BJ
could still knock him out.
He
though.
probably could, yeah. And you know the thing is he did catch him with a lot of shots, and I don't know. Rory seems like he has a
He
chin.
just walked right through.
He has a seems like he's got
fuck,
a chin.
man.
'Cause BJ tagged him. I mean, he hit him with jabs, with hooks, with overhand rights. You know, all kinds of shit, uppercuts. It's just weird because Rory didn't seem like phased at all, and I think he was barely even beat up at the end of the fight.
Yeah, no, he was fine.
BJ
and,
looked destroyed like he did against GSP.
Yeah.
I mean, just
and Rory started to fight smart too because he started chopping the leg. Like, oh shit, here we go. Whack, whack,
yeah.
whack.
We had BJ stunned at one point. Right?
Yeah, it was the first time
Yeah.
like in a long time. I think
Still
he caught
never
him with
knocked him
an
down.
elbow where he's like, oh no, he's on
Yeah.
Queer Street. Someone's gonna get knocked out. Get him, get him.
And I would just like to say for
What?
the record, during the broadcast,
Oh,
it
here we
was
go.
brought up that BJ Penn now has exceeded
wait
Tito
for that.
Ortiz for ring time, most octagon time ever in the history of UFC. I was just a bit premature with my forecast a couple weeks ago,
I know.
but it has now happened.
As soon as they said that, I said, I fucking guarantee Eagle's gonna say that. On the show.
I was like,
Guarantee
yeah,
it.
I knew it
I
was
should
right
have
there.
like I was gonna call him like fuck you.
I knew
Don't
it was
even say
close.
it.
I knew it was close.
all
It was
good.
really close. I didn't realize it was like 10 minutes close.
Yeah.
So it was, okay.
It was one fight. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
So, fair enough.
all good.
I mean, there's a lot of people calling for BJ Penn to retire. Do you think that's valid or?
Well, he's won one of his last 6 fights, so the thing is he's not getting knocked out. So I have a problem with them saying he should retire.
Yeah.
I think he needs to fight, and I don't know the delicate way to say this, but he needs to fight to his level. And right now, Rory MacDonald is not at his level.
Well, you know what? I think that's a good point, but I also think that for a guy who wants to fight in championship fights, he needs to have championship training. And I don't think guys sucking his dick in training camp telling him how good he is and his brother and whoever else is, I think that's doing him no favors. I know he's the prodigy, but dude, the rest of the world has caught up to you, okay? So you need to do the next thing. Be the BJ that fought Diego Sanchez, that fucking destroyed Diego Sanchez. Be that guy. No,
Here's a point for you. What if he was to go to Greg Jackson's? You think that would help him?
maybe. I mean,
Go to TriStar.
would they take him at TriStar?
I bet you they would.
think
Why
they would?
not?
Maybe.
Well, I don't know. He's fought 2 of them, but I think once you fight someone, you get to know them better. So
Yeah.
then they seem to be
Wanna
all
fight
friends
again?
afterwards.
Well, I mean, he has a lot of beef with like AKA and Camarillo and all those guys, and I think that might be a good place. He needs to go somewhere. He needs to get the fuck out of Hawaii.
well, that's the thing. He was bringing in people, but
which
I
is
think
cool,
it's
but it's you know.
he's set in his ways, is what it seems like.
Which
It's like
is fine.
he's gone down a path, and it worked in the past, but now we're at this. You're fighting this new breed of fighter where you can't do what has worked in the past. You got to do what these other fucking guys are doing,
Right.
and you got to train where all the fucking killers are at.
Yep. Well, or have people that push you. And I don't think if I'm a guy who comes to visit him in Hawaii, I'm going to train hard, but I'm not going to be like dickish and put him in places where he's really uncomfortable, which I think is what guys need to do during training so that he just looks out of shape every time after the first 3 minutes.
That's the problem. The first round was he looked gassed out in the first
Yeah.
round.
And I think it's because Rory tagged him a few times, and obviously you take damage, you slow down, but that BJ that fought Diego Sanchez is still, I want to say, one of the best BJ Penns I've ever seen. I mean, he was still going strong in the 4th round there.
Yeah, and he throws a head kick, and like how many head kick, and that's where you open that huge gash on him.
I forgot the vagina on his
But
head.
how many times do you see BJ Penn throw a fucking head kick?
Yeah.
That was one of the only times.
Yeah.
And then like when he fought Sean Shirk, he throws like a flying knee and drops him.
It's awesome.
Then tries to extract his wisdom teeth.
Yep.
It's crazy.
So BJ, you got to do something. I don't know. I don't think. Did he say he was going to retire? I don't think.
No, he shouldn't retire. I think he's still got some fight in him, but
Yeah.
you know what? I got a couple other thoughts too. I want to talk about MacDonald a little bit.
Sure.
Because he looked pretty impressive. I have a problem with his nickname because his real nickname right now is Aries. His old one was like Waterboy, but I'm thinking he's a fucking serial killer. Did you see how this motherfucker dresses?
It's crazy.
Like, he walked to the fight, he had this overcoat on and, like, a tie and, like, gloves. Like, and then you listen to him talk at the post-fight press conference, and he's like a robot. And the other thing I want to mention, did you see how, I'm going to just keep transitioning and not fully explain all my points. Did you see how the fucking crowd turned on him like a son of a bitch?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I didn't expect to hear that many boos. Do you think that was more of just the way he was treating BJ in the last 30
showboating.
seconds?
It wasn't necessary. He had the fight won. There was no reason. Yeah, of course. I mean, people don't like that shit.
Yeah.
BJ's a legend. If you want, if you want to beat a legend, don't. That's not being an asshole. That's being a dick. Like I said earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. So he needs to stop that. I mean, it's different if he flips BJ off. Then people are like, "Oh, this guy's fucking crazy." But if he's dancing around in the cage, like this guy's just, what the hell's wrong with him? Come on, you don't do that. And besides, his post-fight press conference, I didn't think made sense for a minute there. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
I
Like,
don't
he's
know,
just
man.
like,
Well, yeah, it could be, how many times are you put in the spotlight fighting a legend
Yeah,
and then in front of a camera? I mean,
he's
it's
young
going to take
too.
you some time to get used to that.
Yeah.
So he is young. He just needs to work on it a little bit.
I just hope he passes the post-fight drug test. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. The back knee was large and in charge.
Looked pretty big in the
They're
fight.
always passing. Go.
So, well,
Everybody's on the juice,
pass.
but not on the juice, if that makes any
So.
sense. So, and MacDonald called out fucking Carlos Condit
Good
in
for him.
the press conference.
I'd like to see that again. I say Carlos wrecks him even worse this
No,
time.
I don't think so. I think MacDonald smashes Condit
Seriously?
this time. Yeah.
I don't know.
He's a little bit wiser this time,
Okay.
so he won't blow it all out
I don't know.
in an orgy.
Carlos is quite crafty.
It's true. So we'll see. I think next for BJ Penn.
155?
No, fuck that. I think he needs to move out. I think he needs to fight Anderson
185.
Silva.
Anderson.
185.
Yeah.
Anderson Silva would accept that challenge,
Of course he would.
right?
Yes.
Then he should fight him.
Yeah, but I don't think that fight can sell. Not
You
at this
don't
point.
think?
Not at
Come
this
on.
point.
Well, fucking, you get Stephan Bonner versus Anderson Silva, and now you're gonna tell me we can't get BJ Penn versus Anderson Silva?
Maybe.
Come on, it'll sell.
It might.
I don't know. I think you're right.
Do it in Hawaii. It'll sell for sure.
Why don't they fight there?
I
That
don't know.
seriously.
It'd be crazy.
Because we'll fucking be there.
Oh, I'm going. If
bells
that's
on, motherfucker.
happening. That is going to happen.
Yeah, that in Colorado. We gotta go to Colorado.
Or Seattle. We missed the boat.
I know, but that would just happen. It was a little too early.
No, I got to wait a little bit on the travel.
I want to go Colorado.
Springtime travel sounds good.
Skiing. We
We
need
can
to
have-
ski.
Snowboard. Skiing.
Whatever.
Fucking skiing.
Fucking you when you're snowboarding. I've never tried it, so
You'd like it.
I will dog it. until I
Snowboarding,
try it.
let me tell you, it's a
Here
bitch
we
for
go.
the first day. You will fucking hate it because you're gonna fall down and hurt yourself, and you're gonna be bruised and sore. And then the second day, you finally get the hang of it, and you're like, "This is cool, man. It's really it's laid back." But maybe we can get Ryan Smith.
We'll try both. How's that?
Well,
I can ski like a
well,
son
you
of a
can
bitch.
ski and I'll snowboard. It doesn't have to be like.
But then you'll be off on like queer courses, and I'll be off on these other courses.
I haven't snowboarded in 10 years. I used to
Doesn't matter.
snowboard
You
a
don't
lot.
forget this shit.
I used
I
to
skied
snowboard
like
a
a
lot.
champ.
Yeah.
We used to we started
Career
doing.
courses. We're both gonna break something. Fucking
Yeah, like this is what
cast
we need. When's the last time we've gone skiing?
Uh,
Actually, it was college for me.
Yeah.
At fucking Keystone, like went out there on spring break.
Forget the skiing. We'll just go there to drink and party.
No, we gotta ski though.
Okay.
Those mountains are fucking epic.
They are.
It's not like you go to Wisconsin, you do like 30 seconds and you're down the hill. There, it's like a fucking half hour. You're just going, you're going.
I don't know if I can sell that with the wife, but we can try.
Oh, there's a UFC there, and you need to do it for business.
And I have to go on Monday. Stay
There's
there
no
Monday through
notice,
Saturday.
because that doesn't happen ever.
No.
It's all good.
It's all good.
So, do we cover everything as
we're good?
Tangent off again.
Moving on.
Good.
What's next?
All right, Shogun, Gustafsson. I'm just gonna call him Gus from now on because it's short. Well, so what was your take on this? I mean, fuck.
Well, I thought, you know what I thought? I thought that Shogun was gonna knock him out at some point, but after Gustafsson stood there and took like everything that Shogun was putting on him, I felt like the big mistake was he never changed anything, and he's looked the same.
Standard stuff.
It's looked the same in his last 3 or 4. He wants to finish everybody like he finished Machida with that right hand, and he caught him on a bunch of times, but Gustafsson was like a fucking oak, man. The guy's so...
It's like he's awkward, but he's got skill, and he can take a fucking shot.
Oh, he definitely can. And, I got to hand it to him. I think Shogun gassed, of course, once again, and Gustafsson hung in there and just kind of played his game plan. Didn't get overly aggressive, but...
How about the knee bar action?
Oh,
knee bar, heel hook, like, Jesus Christ, what's
awesome.
going on?
Well, what do you do?
This?
Of course, against a guy with super long legs, you try to fucking take his leg off. It almost worked, too. You had it a couple times. It was pretty tight. But unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. So
and it was just, he got the one thing I was curious is, like, Shogun, I was talking to you before we started about that sweep where he keeps going under the leg. Like, he was trying to do that in the Jon Jones fight, and Jones just kept basing out on him. He couldn't get that sweep. But that's like the standard sweep that Shogun does, and he was able to do that all the time on Gustafsson.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's kind of weird that he didn't
the half guard
the homework.
Sweep. I like that one. It's a good one.
Wait, I think it sets you up for a triangle, though, doesn't it?
It does.
Not a lot of people do the mountain.
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
North-south, huh?
Yeah. It does. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Shogun, I thought for how old he is and the mileage on him, I thought he looked good. But Gustafsson, for me, didn't make a case for going up against Jon Jones in this fight.
No, he wants it, but I don't see it.
He's not ready.
Like, based on that performance, I see Gustafsson getting his ass fucking handed to him and getting finished in the first round.
Yep. I don't think he's ready for it. Because Shogun never really tried any serious takedowns in the fight. And a guy like Jones will probably take Gustafsson down at will.
That didn't quite work. I got half of that one. I'm trying to watch out for the...
So, I don't know. This is like, it's a little bit disappointing because you see all these old guard guys, and it's almost like they set it up like this. Every fight was like old versus new, except for the main event, which is like new versus new. But unfortunate. But do you have next fights for either of these guys?
Well, Shogun, I think we need to, it's another one. We need to scale back the competition a little bit and let them build up again.
Senior League?
No. Well, maybe. It depends.
Rampage.
I was going to say, like, whoever loses the Bader-Matyushenko fight.
Nice.
Give him that. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
Like, I like to see him fight Bader for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then Gustafsson, like, I still say that Sonnen is going to pull out of that fight, and Henderson is going to step up and fight Jon Jones. So that's going to leave Lyoto Machida out in the cold, waiting for a dancing partner. And I think Machida versus Gustafsson makes the most sense because he ain't ready for Jon Jones. No fucking way.
No, I don't think so.
And then, like, who else do you put him out at 205? Like, just got to be Machida, man.
I really got to see him against a good wrestler in order to make a case for him to be going up against a Jon Jones.
Unless do you want to rematch with Phil Davis? Because Phil Davis, like, Forrest Griffin just pulled out of that fight.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, that's another one that's available. I think he just needs like one or two more before we get to Jones.
He's not quite ready.
Yeah.
And I don't think he had a chance, I think, to maybe attack Shogun a little bit more, and he kind of laid back.
Yeah.
And you can't do that in a title fight. I think you got to go for it. So, but still, fucking guy's tall, man. It's crazy.
I know, it's this lanky,
it's
like,
crazy.
Semi-awkward, and he kept throwing this fucking, like, I don't know if he's throwing like a jab and then like an uppercut. Like, oh man, that uppercut from distance scares me because it looks like he's gonna get knocked out the way he's throwing it. Because he's not in close when he's throwing it, but he kept on Shogun. It worked, but against someone else, he's gonna get knocked out.
Get the overhand right in his face. Bing, bingo.
Yeah.
That brings us to
what's that?
Sponsor. We have DefenseSoap.com, where offense wins matches and defense keeps you on the mats.
That's the best place to keep you, I guess.
Yes. Try your Defense Soap now. Use code MMA Nuts.
Smells so good.
Save
I say that every
15%
week.
on all Defense Soap products. It's the holidays. You know, I don't know. Especially,
I'm huffing over
I
that.
know some of you out there are in college. You fucking got
Are
all
you?
this nasty shit going on in the locker rooms. Maybe
Oh my god, those
community
showers, there's like
people
jizz all
jerking
over.
off
You're like,
everywhere.
fucking assholes.
Get some Defense Soap.
There's
Seriously.
like frogs.
Lather up just by the bar. It's nice and fluffy.
Oh, Jesus, it just blew itself out the back.
So-
It wants to be exposed and go.
Yeah, and or if you get, you know, if you play sports and you want to get, they have some balms, they have some tinctures, they
Know about
have
the balms.
liquid oils for cuts and bruises and things. They helps them heal up pretty fast. Highly recommended. MMA Nuts again is the code 15%.
Highly recommended, overly subscribed.
Yes. Also, we have GoDaddy.com, where you can go and get your full.
I'll just go right ahead on that. Woof.
Your
Do you feel the impact? That fucking computer did.
I did.
You get Man Up, get your $4.95.coms. You get 3 of them. Why should they get them, Ingo?
Because fucking hell, it's cheap.
Fuck you.
$5. Hey, listen, everybody has an idea. You never know. You know, you're sitting
Sometimes
around.
you have what? How many a day? 3?
Millions. Shit.
It's like how many times do you masturbate a day?
Millions.
Exactly.
Right.
At least think about it.
There's loads everywhere. Okay.
It's slippery.
My walls are white for a reason, sir.
And his
Oh,
house.
That's right.
Fiat.
So go there. MMA Nuts is the code. 495 domains.
It's running out.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
January 1st, 2013.
We got to get some new shit.
Done.
Okay.
Son.
Fair enough. So hurry. End of the year is coming. 12/21/12. Get your shit going.
Yeah.
Okay. Fucking hell.
That Mayan calendar.
My calendar's a bitch. Maybe you need to get a domain name before
Watch
that.
yourself. Don't elbow yourself and spill beer on your
On
mouse.
your mouse.
Yet again.
Okay. Well, it was
It'll all
working.
work.
You only needed to work one
I
more
only need
time.
a couple more slides.
Once
It'll
or
all work
twice.
out.
And what else? Q5.
Yeah, Q5 Combat. Drop some knowledge on them, Ingo.
I don't know.
How much are they going to save?
15% again.
MMA Nuts.
MMA Nuts. You know the deal.
Awesome.
Go there, buy your supplements. The protein's delicious. They have Launch Fuel, which is really good for pre-workout.
What about the green and purples?
The purples I tried. The Karina I haven't tried yet, but the purples are good. I don't know. I used to do the purples like a couple hours before working out, and then the Launch Fuel like 30 minutes before working out. I felt like
Ingo's fighting you from
jacked
fucking outer space. He doesn't give a
Like,
shit.
raw.
So we might even be 10th planet for all I know.
It could be. I haven't had any brownies before working out. I should try that maybe. Might get in trouble.
Maybe some cactus shoes.
That'd be horrible.
I might have to pick you up. You're like, Matt,
Yeah.
I'm seeing some shit.
That Caprino choked me out because he wasn't fucked up.
Maybe you'll choke him out. Who knows?
Oh yeah. Maybe
Probably
in like
not.
20 years if he's geriatric and I'm.
Just break his hip for
I'm
him.
on, like, the
It'll all
juice.
work out.
And last but not least,
Bars Beer, best gluten-free beer in the world. You go to barsbeer.com. You can go to find a retail or a location near you. It's very delicious. You make it in mixes, deep batter, beer batter, deep fry, whatever gets in your way. Bananas, chimichangas, refried beans, frijoles. Cha-ching!
yeah.
See?
Yeah. The wavelength.
Cosmic
Okay.
wavelength.
It's awesome.
Yep. Moving right along.
Moving right along. No break today?
Nah, fuck it. We're all men.
You're good. All right.
And the heat stops. You hear that?
I'm going to have to piss in the bottle in a minute.
Well, if you need to stop, we can stop. I don't care.
It's up to you.
Say it.
We don't have to.
We can.
I might have to.
Let's stop.
Okay.
Time out. And we're back. Just like that. Magic. Ben Henderson versus Nate Diaz. Hey, did you notice how muscular Ben Henderson's legs were?
I would say that he may even be able to play in the NFL, Matt.
You could even call him a linebacker.
Possibly. Or running back.
Just curious.
It's weird.
So,
And did you know that he was a third-degree brown belt?
under? They actually told me who, and I've already forgotten.
I forgot to.
I'll just make a confused face. But yes, that was awesome.
It was.
Oh, I gotta mention too. Did Goldie seem like he was on Quaaludes?
Something
Or
was wrong with the man.
He was smoking a
He
little
was
weed.
misspeaking all night long. Weird shit happening.
He was talking a little slow.
Maybe he didn't have his like
Goldie
regular amount of Red Bull. He needed to. He toned back.
I think he was smoking a shit.
They
ton
ran out of Red
weed.
Bull in Seattle. Joe Rogan gave him a brownie. He's like, eat this shit. or he like tricked him. He's like, here's a taco.
Yeah.
He's a weed taco.
that
That would be crazy. Imagine you go to a restaurant and it's like regular food, but it's all like pot stuff. You don't even
That's
know.
what it's gonna
just
turn into.
wasted.
They're gonna be so crazy. That state's gonna secede.
Steak with butter, steak with
secede.
pot butter.
What? We're having two different conversations. He's making one point. I'm on my
That's all
other
good.
point. Yes, steak
That's
with
the whole
butter.
show, all every week.
Steak with butter. It's good.
No, with pot butter. I'm saying
Oh.
cannabis butter.
Oh, yeah, I don't like steak with butter. No, I like bread with butter.
No, I'm saying like sometimes when you buy go to steak place and it's not the best meat, so they know, so they put like butter and seasoning and herbs.
Yeah, what is it place? Ruth Chris? Your steak suck dick. I don't like it.
Which one?
Ruth Chris?
Is that where we went?
No.
Oh.
One of the Mortons.
Oh, that was delicious.
I like that.
Ah.
Whenever I'm eating, and if the steak doesn't taste better than I can make, go fuck. I'll Joey Diaz you.
I think we
go
need to
fuck your mother.
Find a. That's right. We need to find a place where we can have a drink, have a steak, have a cigar.
Yeah, you can't get the cigars anymore.
1, 2,
That's
3.
the problem.
Really?
Yeah. 'Cause
Anywhere?
Remember, Morton's used to be like that.
Yeah.
Morton's and Gibson's. I'm pretty sure both of those where you'd have this delicious dinner. You'd have a delicious dessert. Then you'd go over to the bar and have a delicious cigar to kill it. And then you got to have your fucking double espresso before.
Triple espresso. By the way, the other day that shit didn't do anything. I was still tired after I got home. Like,
That's when you got a problem. Your adrenals are done.
Is that why?
Probably.
Why did it? What about you?
I drink enough that it doesn't really faze me anymore.
The coffee?
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends.
It
Like
got me
tonight,
going
I had
for a
an
little
empty
bit.
stomach and
Okay.
had a cup before we started. And
Coffee don't do shit. Double
Amped up.
espresso, $12 double espresso.
Was it 12 or I thought it was a lot more?
Maybe more.
I thought it was more. I'm like,
what? Is this right?
Or maybe it was 12 a piece. It was $24
Yeah.
for the two. I'm like,
Ridiculous.
you gotta be fucking kidding me.
For a little cup.
But we got a lemon rind,
Which
so
was
that
the-
was at
I like
least
it with
worth
the lemon.
$5.
Oh, yeah. Very good.
All right, so back to this fight.
Let me say this.
Go.
I was surprised by Nate Diaz's lack of boxing in this fight. And I don't know what was the cause of that, but
Ben Henderson.
you think so?
Yeah, he didn't give him the distance to do it.
Maybe.
You chopped the leg a little bit, and then he clinched a lot.
Yeah.
Worked the takedowns.
Because, I mean, Nate has shown a lot of boxing in his last few fights, improving. We didn't get to see it much in this fight. We got to see some cool jiu-jitsu, some fucking going for some shit. But Bendo, as he is crafty and elusive, didn't give Nate the chance. Was it the third round when we saw all that exciting action on the ground?
I'm trying to think of when did I see the most octagon flashes. Yeah, it must have been the third round.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was pretty cool. I think Diaz was really frustrated by the lack of being able to implement his own game plan.
Yeah, to box, yes.
So,
And getting leg kicked and chopped and chopped.
Mhm.
I think that was an effective strategy, but I think it also shows, too, that Diaz cannot win against a strong wrestler. Like, that is his kryptonite.
yeah, unfortunately. But
What?
I think the weight cut may have had a factor, too.
Yeah, he didn't quite make weight initially and seemed confused.
I have a question.
Yes.
Cesar Gracie's online talking a lot of shit about a lot of shit. How come he doesn't fucking know that a title fight you need to be on weight? Can you explain that to me? When he has a guy who's been fighting in Strikeforce as the champion for what, 2 years? 3 years? How many years is Nick Diaz champion over there? They know they have to be on weight. What do you mean they're confused that they're 1 pound over is no good?
Well, here's another question. Why is that even a stipulation for a title fight? How fucking stupid is that?
I don't know. It's weird, but
You know, you can be a pound over if it's non-title fight, but if it's a title fight, you have to be on point.
well, because it's the
Then it should be one way
155
the whole
pound
way.
belt. I think it's because it's officially the belt for the 155 pounders.
Then it should be that way the whole way.
Well, maybe. I think title fights are special, Matt.
That's why they're
That's
5 rounds.
That's right. That's why they're and credit to both
What?
guys. Neither guy looked like they gassed.
No,
It
well,
was
both
pretty
those
amazing.
guys probably have like two of the best gas
Cardio
tanks
for
at
days.
155 and arguably in the UFC.
Yeah, the Diaz brothers and
Yep.
I mean I don't know. It's amazing.
And Henderson.
And Ben Henderson, Frankie Edgar. There's a few guys who seem to be able to do the cardio thing really well, no matter what. So
I thought that Diaz should have pulled out his ponytail during the fight. I thought that would have given him a significant
ponytail?
advantage.
okay.
Because it gets to the point. It's like you watch the fight with Henderson, and progressively, as the fight goes on, more and more hair gets out of the way. So then he's got to flip it back.
Pull it out.
Yeah, just fuck it, bitch. You can't see me now.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
And then there was another point during the fight where Benson is punching Nate right in the fucking calf. He's like, I'm calf punching
That
you
was
now,
right before
bitch.
Diaz
What's up,
flipped him off.
calf?
So he's like, fuck you. What are you doing, man? This is ridiculous.
Oh, that was funny.
Stop
as
this
fuck.
shit. I think he was just trying to hit him as much as possible. I mean,
Yeah, job done. I mean, he won
Yeah.
every round in my scorebook.
I think
I
there
don't
was,
think
it was even
close.
like, one judge, did one judge have it like 8-10-8? Hang on, I forgot.
I
Yeah, there was a
didn't see it
50-43 by one judges. 52 10-8 rounds.
dishing them out, man.
It's
You didn't
crazy.
give a shit.
But I mean, you know, Diaz is this his first title shot, isn't it?
In the UFC.
Yeah. So, you know, not bad for his first attempt. I think he can win this fight. The problem is that they just have a fucking problem with their game plan. It's like they don't have a game plan except one game plan, and when that doesn't work, there's like I don't know, just go out there and hit him.
Well, part of the problem is if he can't get the mental edge over somebody, the game plan kind of goes out the
Right.
window. I mean,
Yeah.
that worked against Cerrone. It didn't work against Henderson because he's like, whatever.
Yeah.
You could see even in the pre-fight warm-ups where Henderson is training and he's hitting pads. He's got one of the guys going like, what, like throwing out this.
Around.
It's like, so they did a good job of imitating what he was gonna see in the octagon.
Yeah.
So,
You know what I think it really is?
yeah.
It's the toothpick.
Oh, here we go.
It's the toothpick.
And like he said, I cannot confirm or deny. And it's funny because he mentioned that. Someone asked him about that. I think Rogan started it. And he's like, what the did you just fight this whole fight with a toothpick in your mouth? I don't know if that's safe. Like, what? There's no
No.
toothpick. And then I've seen
That would be crazy.
the images online of him with it in his mouth.
Right.
Is that, one, is it legal? Two, is it safe? Are they going to take this title away from him?
No.
Is
But
that a performance enhancing
well, it's not
drug?
like he's sticking it out and poking guys with it. But I mean,
He might be. I don't know. You can't see when they're down and dirty.
It's not safe, dude. He could swallow that thing and die from it or something. You know, it's ridiculous. He could injure the other fighter somehow. I don't know. That'd be pretty freakish, but
Poke his eye out with that
yeah, I
thing,
guess
right?
so. It's one other pointy object that we don't need in the octagon. So fingers are bad enough.
Is it plastic or wood?
It's probably wood. It would have to be wood, right?
I don't know. I don't know how he's rolling.
It could be plastic.
Maybe metal
That's
for
fucked
all I
up.
know.
So, but that's where he gets his power from, you say, right?
So some people say it's either that or his hair.
Could be. Or the wings on his back.
Yeah. He said there's a good story behind that, and he didn't want to share it.
The wings.
Yep.
I hate when people do that shit. Well, it was a good story. Or, man, you should have been there. If I could just tell the
There's
fucking
not
story.
enough time at this
Bullshit.
post-fight press conference for me to
Come on.
share that with you.
Okay.
Well, okay. Oh, did you see when they asked Nate Diaz too? They're like, so your opponent may have fought the whole fight with a fucking toothpick in your mouth. How do you feel about that? I was like, I don't know if he did, but that's weird.
I love it.
And fucking
Love
total Nate Diaz.
When the
voice. He
Diaz
got the
brother
best
says that
laugh at
shit's
that
weird,
fucking
when that shit's
conference.
weird, when they think it's weird, there's something wrong there. It's like,
Fuck.
what?
Him saying weird.
He was
holy
probably
shit.
stoned already.
Maybe.
fucking, give me that. He took his piss test and it was like, time to light up.
That'd be interesting to see like how many guys are gonna fail.
Yeah. Drug test?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's Seattle, right?
Yeah. I just got legalized on the 6th.
Legalize it. And gay marriage, too.
Did it?
I don't know.
Good.
somewhere.
Why
I
is
guess
that even a
A lot of
an
people
issue?
got married overnight this night, Saturday night. We're taping on Sunday.
Good. Look at me.
So,
Heard that one was going to the Supreme Court. The
gay marriage?
Yep.
Why?
I don't know.
Who gives a shit?
Exactly. It's like weed.
We have
and
more
gay
important
marriage.
things
I
to
don't
talk
give a
about than this shit. Seriously.
It's just
Our
nonsense.
government's going broke. We're fighting wars overseas. I mean, people are dying. There's poverty everywhere. You care about gay marriage?
No, it's smoke and mirrors. It's like, hey, look at this shit and don't look at this shit.
right.
Bait and switch. Maybe that's what it is.
You know,
It's all good.
like I said, the asshole and the dick.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
Sometimes they do, man. There you go.
Yeah, all right. Woo.
And then anal bleaching.
Yeah. Do we need to cover anything else?
I don't think so. Who's fighting next is the question. Ben Henderson, man.
Dry docking.
You're dry docking?
I know.
Nice.
Henderson, I think Melendez needs to come over. I think we need a unified
He's gonna
title.
run through all of the fucking Cesar Gracie guys or what?
Why not? Well, what the fuck is this guy's name? Henderson. He said, I don't give a fuck who I fight next. I just want to fight the best of the best.
Okay.
He wouldn't name anybody specifically, but I think probably Melendez is probably the person that makes the most sense. So fuck it, give him that.
Okay. Fair enough.
Well, welcome to the UFC.
I think Gilbert can take him.
Not gonna work out well for Gilbert.
Nino,
Not their first fight in
you
the
can
UFC.
take him down, brother. It'll be all good.
You can try.
Put Ben on his back. Maybe.
That works out. And then Diaz?
Yeah.
I'm going to say loser of Lozon Maynard. And I know he's fought Maynard. But it's like, I like to have loser fight loser. Because then it's more scrappy.
Maynard destroyed him, didn't he? If my memory serves.
Yes. But not on the Ultimate Fighter show.
No. But Lozon would be interesting because he's also
That would be. I'd actually like to see that match the most.
He's a high energy guy. He's not intimidated easily. He has a good ground game. Interesting to see what happens in that fight.
So
I like it.
We're ready
Moving
to
on.
get out.
We're in and we're out and we're in.
That's right. That's the best way to be. Okay, a lot of people ask for who's next for each guy. The questions have been noted and probably already answered.
Stop asking those silly questions.
Because you know we're going to tell you.
Yes.
And we're not going to give you predictions of what do you think of who's going to happen in this fight versus that fight. That'll happen on that show.
Correct.
Whatever that one is.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. All right, Brian Caruso asked a similar question to Anthony Tiger. So he says, considering the UFC on Fox 5 could likely be a strong contender for Card of the Year, got me thinking, if both of you could contact Joe Silva and build your Card of the Year, what 4 or 5 fights would you put on the main card?
Oh, shit. Seriously? Fucking Anderson Silva, Jon Jones. I like GSP Nick Diaz.
Yep.
I like... shit.
I want Overeem and Junior Dos Santos.
Yes. And then what about the lighter guys?
Well, I'll throw another one. I want to see Frank Mir and Brock Lesnar 3.
Yes, I do.
I'm not gonna lie.
Of course, you want Tim Sylvia, Andre Arlovsky 7.
No.
Okay. So far, this is going
that
well.
same card, I would put Jon Jones versus Chael Sonnen. I like that fight.
Yeah, it's all good.
I mean, that one's allegedly supposed to happen, but it's not going to happen.
It'll happen.
And
They are taping that show right now, I think.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And then I like a little Anderson Silva Glover Teixeira.
Oh, I don't think Anderson takes that fight.
He doesn't
man.
want that one.
He wants no part of that
Nobody
guy.
wants to fight that
No.
fucking guy, but that one would be awesome.
I think Glover's isn't he fighting on the
Yeah.
Chicago card? Yeah, that's gonna be sweet.
He's fighting Rampage, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
gonna be awesome. That guy's a killer.
He's a murderer. No
Yeah.
one wants that. Are we ready to move on?
Sure.
All right. Daniel Ivanovic, most shocking celebrity death.
I don't know. Has anyone died recently that's shocking?
I'm not into anybody. I mean, people die.
If Joe Rogan died, I'd be shocked. I think.
Don't jinx him. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, Joe.
This is what happens when I
Fucking
I
hell.
get really into somebody and then they
There's
die.
death.
I'm
plane
gonna be
crash.
mad and go.
Sorry, Joe. I didn't mean it. I'm not gonna win too.
I would think back to the day, like Sam Kinison, when he died, that one bugged me because I was like all into his comedy and whatnot, and I'm like,
Yeah.
God damn it, why did that fucker have to die? And then I think the other one that was shocking, this is also old, was like Chris Farley back in the day.
Sure.
It's like, Jesus Christ, that guy was young. He was like maybe in his 30s. He went out about the same time, at the same age that John Belushi went out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck. But of late,
Yeah, I don't know. I could give two
I don't
shits.
care.
I mean, it's whatever.
it is what it is now.
Yeah.
Everyone's dying. Lately, it seems to be all the old people dying.
I haven't heard of a young. I don't recall a young person dying that was like shouldn't. It's all like old fucks.
Yes.
So if you're 90 and you're dead, it's okay. I mean,
You've lived a good
just saying.
and fruitful life.
The life's been
hopefully.
good, all right. It's just fucking hell. How long?
And you didn't catch, what's the disease that's prevalent at the old folks' homes? Gonorrhea?
Gonorrhea.
Okay.
Is there fucking with no condoms? 'Cause
Why not? You don't give a shit. You're running. You got Viagra. You're
Yeah.
throwing, you're
Shooting blanks.
slinging dick, as Rogan would say.
Yes.
All right, Robert Lilly asked a similar question to Brian Gonzalez, and Brian's question is, one reason why Shogun should keep fighting at 205?
I don't know. I don't think he looks terrible there. You mentioned earlier. It's not like, you know. It's just maybe he needs to try to change up his game plan. So,
Fair enough. Moving on. Charlie Kim asks, who has the best chance of beating Benson? Melendez, Maynard, Pettis, or Cerrone, or anyone else? Thanks.
probably Gray Maynard.
I'll go Pettis.
Okay.
Since Pettis does have a win over him. WEC.
Yeah.
But it was really just one Showtime kick. Because that fight could have gone either way, right?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Now we're into the fun questions. Darian Verton asks, should the ref have an electroshocker in a fight to make a fight more exciting for the fans if the fight is boring as fuck?
Only if it's connected to the balls.
Yeah, I think so. But I think we also need the fucking cattle prods. We need those. We need to electrify the fence.
Yeah.
Someone needs to control that. And you also need the octagon needs to constrict the size based on the action in the octagon.
Well,
so if there's less action,
did you find
shrink it?
It's a good thing you asked me this. Did you find it weird that it seems like the Miragliotta and a couple guys were kind of really keen on not letting stuff get stagnant? I noticed they wanted to get it back to standing. Like there was no like time to work. It was like, all right, get back in the middle. Is that because of the UFC broadcast on Fox?
Yeah. I think it was because it's a national broadcast. They're like, fuck it, we need action.
Yeah.
Let's get action, period.
Yeah.
We don't got time to be fucking around.
So they don't need that necessarily. They just need to have the refs be more like, hey, let's get this shit going.
Either that or snakes. Just fucking rain snakes down.
Snakes.
All right, there's no action. Let's drop some fucking cobras.
That sucks.
Shit!
That sucks balls.
Connor Hills asked, Jake Shields recently said on Twitter, at Johnny Hendricks, quit crying. Nick's done more than you. It's cool. You beat my old punching bags at AKA, but I think you need to fight me next. What are your thoughts on that?
I think Jake Shields gets destroyed in that fight.
I think Jake Shields is on a losing streak, no?
Yes.
I mean, I think he needs to shut the fuck up and sit down and get back in line because I think Hendricks, I just punched my mouse again, but I think Hendricks should get a fucking title shot, and I think it's a travesty if Nick Diaz jumps him in line. I know the Nick Diaz versus GSP fight sells more, but that's fucking Johnny Hendricks gets shot, and I think it's bullshit if
he's not going to get it. I don't think.
Well, I think he should just retire then.
He said he was gonna.
Good. We'll go eat some Baconators, and I'll shit myself.
It's too bad, but you know, at the same time, maybe they should give him an Ultimate Fighter show or something. I don't know.
Who, Hendricks?
Yeah.
Maybe. I think they need to do a Legends show.
Sure.
I think that's how the TUF started, right? Back in the day, we had like a Randy Couture and a Chuck Liddell. You had like a Matt Hughes and a Rich Franklin. It was people that you wanted to learn at. Now we're down to the point where we're at Roy Nelson and Shane Carwin.
Yes.
What happened to Legends teaching? Why don't we go back to like a Bass Rutten and a fucking Pat Miletich?
Right.
As, like coaches.
Yes, that would be sweet.
Andrei Arlovsky and Tim Sylvia.
Yeah. I like it. Not really.
No, but you get the gist, right?
I was trying to be supportive, man.
Okay. Just follow along on my shit. All right. And that answers Andrew M's question. He was talking about Johnny Hendricks not getting the title shot.
Bullshit.
Right. Darian Burton asks, can Tim Sylvia, Jeff Monson, Tank Ava, Shamrocks, Pedro Hizzo, Crow Cop, Arlovsky, Kimbo Slice, James Toney, O.J. Simpson, George Bush, Steve Margliotta, Dalai Lama, Pope Benedict, etc. make an invasion to a UFC live event? What would be the strategy to take over a place? Gangbang Dana White?
What do you mean, make it like in the crowd?
They all come in. They're going to try to run shit. What's their best strategy for attack? Say if you're like General Schwarzkopf. You're getting ready to
balls out.
You run at everybody, balls out. You're exposing your weakness. So hopefully they're distracted by that and they try to attack your strength.
Balls out. Balls out.
I'm with him. I think we run balls out. Hopefully they're shaved. All right, Yogesh Mavilla.
Dyed pink.
Polka dots. Green. They're pink with green polka dots.
Yes.
For visual effect. Yes. Okay. Yogesh Mavilla asks, Who do fans hate more, Rory MacDonald or Jon Jones?
I don't know. Like you said, the crowd turned on him pretty fast.
They turned so quickly.
It's hard to like the kid. I think he's just awkward and weird, and it's hard to like him. He doesn't have like a quality that.
It's the charisma he's missing.
Yeah, and he's young. He's 24.
Can you gain charisma as you get older?
I think you get it with wisdom, and sometimes it's what you don't say that's more important than what you say, and maybe sometimes
actions are louder than words.
Correct. So
that's a problem.
Yeah, I think he should just do his business, come in the cage, and finish fights, and do whatever he's got to do, and stop fucking around, dancing and shit. And people will like him just fine. So.
And the other thing, did you see, like Chael Sonnen and Jon Jones are both on the Ultimate Fighter season?
Yeah.
And did you see that one part where I think it was on the
video
vlog of Dana White, and they're both sitting on the couch, and fucking Chael's just like grilling him. It's like, so in your fight with Vitor Belfort, kind of looked like you verbally tapped there. And Jon is completely uncomfortable. You can already see that Chael is winning the mental mind games in the verbal war, because basically Jon Jones' retort was like, I know you are, but what am I? With what he was saying, like,
yep.
Oh, you fought Paulo Filho and you verbally tapped. Like, man, this is, I mean, it looks like it's going to be an epic season of The Ultimate Fighter, but mentally, Chael Sonnen is going to break Jon Jones.
I agree.
He's not mentally strong enough.
I forgot the question. Was there a question?
But, who do fans hate more? It was Rory MacDonald or Jon Jones. I mean, it
probably
depends.
Jon Jones.
They're fickle. They go one way and they go the other.
I say fuck Jon Jones.
Good for you. I'm not going.
He's not real, man. He's not real.
I'm not going that far. And I don't know what it is. It's like, I like all these guys as they're coming up. Like, I liked him a lot before he was champion. And once he gets champion, I turn on him.
Not real.
I turn on him. It was like GSP. Once they come up, they become a champion, I turn on them.
GSP's real.
Anderson Silva? Well, he came in and fucking just
Anderson's weird because I hated him, and I'm starting to like him now. He's finishing fights again.
Yeah, because he's gone. And I think that's what it takes for these guys. Once you start finishing fights, people forget about the bullshit you do. I mean, you might spit on people.
Like Michael Bisping?
Yeah, but see, you never forget about that. You might slip off of like a foosball table or some kind of a table.
Yeah, but
the
thing about Silva, like, and I don't know, I thought about this recently. It's funny you mention it. It's because I feel like there's some martial artists who are like true artists, and they're painting you a picture. So I feel like the Silva during the Tiago, what the fuck? Man, my brain's not working. What?
Which one? Stephan Bonner?
Not Stephan Bonner. The previous Silva, the crazy Silva, during the Damian Maia, during that era.
Thiago. Oh Jesus Christ! Now you got me doing
sorry,
it.
Sorry, you know what I'm talking about.
Lighties.
Yeah, that's it. During that era, it was like you saw the dark and twisted, like Edgar Allan Poe Silva, who's like fucked in the head.
Cut your ear off and
he's like
you in
weird, and he's painting this dark and grotesque and like really ugly pictures.
It's the goth Silva.
Yeah, and then so it's like, but he's still like a mastermind, and then he comes out, and then now he's back on top, and he's painting his warrior poet kind of like crazy Silva. So I kind of respect that some in him, because, you know, at the time I didn't like it, but now I think I understand it more now. But some guys like a Jon Jones, I just don't feel like that's what he's doing. I think he's not genuine. He's just kind of like
it's an act. That's the problem.
Just be yourself.
Yes. Then I got no problem. You are who you are.
Right. Maybe he's just a dick.
Well, I was gonna throw it over to the Bears. They are who we thought they are, or something. Well,
it always goes back to that.
Hey, well, they're sucking dick right now.
Are they?
Jesus,
I thought they won today.
Again. No.
Oh, they did lose. Okay.
They lost.
The Bears. Can't be worse than when I just saw like the Giants blew out fucking somebody 52 points.
I don't know. I don't watch that much football. I've been watching a little bit. I'll throw a shout out because there's a. The fuck is that show? Is it an NFL Tonight? It's on Showtime. They got 4 guys just
inside NFL.
Around.
Inside the NFL. Yeah, inside the NFL.
But there's like 4 guys sitting around. I don't even know who the guys are. Just shooting the shit. But it's actually pretty good.
It was better when it was on HBO, I think. And it was really sucked when it moved over to Showtime like a couple years ago. But they're getting better again. I don't watch it as much anymore. I know our friend Keith is really into it. But it's pretty good. Do they still have Warren Sapp?
No.
No. I couldn't stand him.
It's like, I don't know. I've only seen it like the last 2 weeks, and they keep bringing it. It's like you got 3 standard guys, and then they bring in like a new guy every week.
Okay, interesting.
But
I have to check it out because I haven't watched it. I haven't followed football that closely.
Yeah,
as I used to.
All right, let's get back into some questions. Toby Hines, do you think Cyborg is waiting for a big paycheck, and do you think it is to wait to see if there's a TUF for women, and Ronda and Cyborg be the coaches? That's a good point.
No, I think she just got fucked because she got busted, and now she's got to take with her medicine, man. That's really what it is.
Did you hear the rumor of why she turned down the fight?
No.
Tito Ortiz. He's her manager.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
The rumor is that Tito told her to turn down the Ronda Rousey fight.
Well, that's probably smart advice.
Well, I think what they should do is both of them should have had like a build-up fight. Like they could have been talking shit to each other, but then you could have Cyborg destroy someone, you have Rousey destroy someone, and then you could either put them both as coaches on the Ultimate Fighter, or you just say fuck it. Now you've built both of them in the UFC. Now you can head them both against each other.
Title fight. Yeah. No, I like it.
It's all good.
Tito's managing people. Good for him.
Yes. He's multi-versed, multitasking, all that good shit. All right, Justin, Dr. Bound Carter, do you think BJ Penn should retire? Does he have the biggest balls in MMA? And if he fights again, do you think he has a shot at lightweight?
Okay, let me see. I don't think he should retire. I think he has huge balls because he fights anybody, anytime, even though he's not in the best shape, always. And at lightweight, I think he could, but I think not in his current situation. I think he needs to make, we talked about this, he needs to make a serious change and decide if he really wants to do what needs to be done to be the best, which he no longer can do it on just ability alone. He really has to put the work in, like everybody else is doing. And I know that BJ's rich and he's happy and he's got a good life, and that's fine. But if he wants to be the best.
So you're saying like riding feral pigs isn't a good training method?
No, or eating fucking poi and all that stuff.
Running underwater with bricks.
Not
working?
No, it looks good on TV.
Fuck yeah, it does. Jumping out of a pool. No. Come on, he's submerged up to his fucking neck.
Well, there's no doubt all these guys are supreme athletes, but the problem is at that level, the difference between a GSP and like the guy right below him, it's that extra shit.
It's goddamn night and day.
Yes.
These elite fucking athletes.
Yeah, and you got to be willing to work. And I don't think BJ's doing that. And you can tell by the way he looks and by the way he gasses all the time, and you know, just not. I love BJ. I want him to do better, but I don't.
I think you jinxed him, by the way.
When? By posting all those photos?
I was joking. I'm like, oh my god. I think he's totally put him into retirement.
I was all excited yesterday. I was so crazy. I was like, he's going to kill this guy. And then.
Like, oh no. Oh no. It's all good. All right, last question. Kyle Gibbs asks, if you guys fought Ronda Rousey, who would have their arm broken first? And I will ask.
I'll pull guard.
Are we double teaming her?
I don't know. I'm pulling guard.
You're getting your arm broken first.
No, I'm pulling guard.
That's fine.
She's not passing my shit.
I'm
pulling guard. She's not passing. I'm not gonna let her pass. No way.
Well, if we could double team her, I'm still gonna get my arm broke. But
no, because
we might have a sporting
chance. If she judo throws your ass and then
she has got to close the distance on me, Ingo.
But
I'll push kick that bitch off.
I will not be judo thrown. I will be pulling guard.
All right, Ingo's just going to come out and pull guard. He's not even going to wait for you to close distance. So he just goes down. So it's going to be Ingo laying on his back and then me like going for broke. I'm just throwing push kicks, trying to keep distance. I'll push kick her into you then, and then you can rear naked choke her.
Nice.
I'm hoping for the best.
Okay.
And I'm going to come at her balls out because apparently that's the way that you overtake the UFC
balls
event.
Out, painted pink.
That's how we roll. Balls out. Pink with green polka dots.
I like it.
It's all good.
Shut it down.
Fuck yeah.
If you'd like to send us an email to the show.
You're going to throw a shout out? No. Wow, we haven't had one of those in a while. Fucking A.
Where can they do that?
You can do it at Fans and MMA Nuts.
Yeah. Also on Facebook.
I broke it.
Uh-oh, it's broken.
Don't worry about that. It's all good.
Knowledge segment. Got anything?
I don't really have any. I threw a image up earlier. I was in a GoDaddy go-kart by chance earlier today, but we were also doing some indoor miniature golf, and there's woman in front of us with her son, and it's fucking stacked up in this indoor miniature golf place. And this fucking kid is like all up on our course, and the kid is all over all the course, and he's just golfing wherever he wants, and the mom's not saying jack shit to him. And I'm just laughing, going, and my daughters are going, what? I'm like, I'm watching the interaction. Like, look at the mom and look at the child. The child is off doing whatever he wants. The mom is just sitting there out of her fucking gourd, just on her course, hitting the ball like she's on fucking drugs. Look at the, is it like, what drug is that where you just let your kid just go do whatever?
Wellbutrin.
Like, are you
Zoloft,
kidding?
Prozac.
Like, if my kid like got off of my hole and started golfing on another hole, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what are you get the fuck over here. This you stay on our hole. You don't golf on
Know your hole,
hole.
jabroni.
Seriously. I've never seen some shit like that.
Oh,
like, I don't know what drugs that lady was on, but fuck. I don't want them.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Parents have a unique ability, some of them, to tune out the negative shit that happens with their children.
It was
public.
complete ignorance of it.
Yeah.
Is that ignorance or ignorance?
Both.
Like you're ignoring?
Yes. Ignorance.
Yes.
Is that a word?
Yeah, I just made it to coin a phrase.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is what it is. It's what people are doing these days. At least she wasn't on her mobile phone fucking around.
No, but she did have 2 putters in her hands. I don't know. Sometimes she's going left, sometimes she's going right.
That's life, man.
I know what that's about. Sometimes when it gets tired,
Keep it between the lines, man.
you gotta switch off. Keep it between the lines. Good job. Okay.
That has been this week's edition of MMA Nuts. My name's Ingo Weigold.
I'm Matt Griffith.
And we'll see you guys next week. I don't know what we're taping. Something? Anything?
Yeah.
New preview show?
It'll be another review because we got 2 UFCs this weekend.
2 free ones?
Friday and Saturday.
Is it a FX and a Fuel?
No, it's a double free. I think it's double FX.
Oh yeah, the Ultimate Fighter finale and some kind of FX card that I forgot about.
We covered both in one show. It'll be somewhat epic, if not awesome.
And then there's a new one.
Yeah, we got a lot of work to do. And then I'm going to be posting more shit on Facebook. We'll get all these awards finalized.
And we have some big news coming.
Beware. 2013 is the year
It'll be the year of the nuts. Yep.
It's
my lucky number, Matt. Maybe
I know.
It's a sign.
It is a sign.
It's weird.
It's the coming of something.
Something's happening. Everyone's going to be coming everywhere.
It's the coming of Christ.
We should shut it down.
All right. Thanks for playing. Let's listen to new takers.